video in which I explain the creation of layers. Now we actually use layers when we want to depict different line types or different line types with their different properties in an existing AutoCAD drawing. Now, so all the figures I have here have the same lines in terms of color, in terms of type, and in terms of weight. Now, oftentimes our drawings are such that to simplify the complication or to bring more life to the drawing, we'll need to apply layers. I'm going to show you in this video how to make the layer settings and also apply them to your drawings. Okay, so first of all, with your mouse pointer, try and find the layer properties in the layer group. Okay. So in the layers group, click layer properties. Now a simple dialog box opens. Okay. Now we have name, on, freeze, lock, plots, line type, line widths, and on and on. Now what the highlighted layer means is that we are using layer 0 currently. You can see me hovering my cursor over it. Okay, and the line color is white. The line type is a continuous line, and then the line weight is whatever default value that is being used. Okay, now up here you find what we call the new layer button. Okay, find a new layer icon, 3 papers with a yellow star near it. So click that. You notice that a new layer has been added. So edit called layer 1. Edit layer 1 and let's call it something like center line. Okay, center line. Okay, once you are done with that, let's move your cursor away, and in the color column, let's click the color. Okay, another dialog box opens, and let's select green or index color 3. Okay, click that and then hit OK. Okay, now to the line type column, left click. Now we see only one line type over there. We want to add more line types because there are more line types in the in AutoCAD's library. So you click load, click the load button, then we scroll down. Different line types are here, but we are interested in center line, and I prefer to choose center line 2. Okay, I've left clicked it, then click OK. Now what has happened now is that a new line type has been loaded into the options. Okay, that is the center line type. But you notice that currently continuous line is still highlighted, but that is what we don't want. So just move up and click center line. All right, then click OK. Okay, so our line type again has changed to center. Then move to the column of line weight, left click, and I want us to adjust this line type to a weight of 0.25. So you just click it, highlight it by left clicking, then you left click OK. Transparency is a reference, so let's leave that for now. Okay, so we have edited 4 properties of the new line, the new layer we've created. We've edited the name, we've also edited the color, then also edited the line type, and then also line weight. Let's add a new layer, and we'll call that layer. So click new layer icon again, call that layer outline. Okay, outline. So the outline layer will be the describe the outline of our drawings. Okay, straight to color. Let's change the color to red. Change the color to red, or even color number 240. Color number 240. Okay, then visible line should also be a continuous line. So click the line type column, okay, and then change to continuous. Let's click to accept. Now in the line width column, okay, click the number against outline. Okay, click the number against outline, which is still 0.25. Left click it, and then outline we want to use 0.3. So click 0.3 and left click OK. So that's the last thing. That's the last property we've edited. Let's still add a new layer. Call this one dimension. Okay. Now we edit the color for dimension to index color 4. Is dimension lines, are these center lines? They are not center lines. So we'll choose dimension lines are all continuous lines with arrowheads. So choose continuous again and hit OK. Line width, we'll go back to 0.2. Okay. I wanted to add another layer. So new layer, hidden. We'll use this one for hidden lines. Okay. Then edit the color, change the cyan to color number 5, blue. Hidden lines continuous? No. Since they are not continuous, let's change the line type. The particular line type for continuous, hidden lines is still absent here. So I'm going to load new lines from the system. Now scroll through to see which one is an appropriate, the most appropriate line type for hidden details. Here we have ISO dash. Okay, there is the ISO dash. Let's see if there's another type of hidden line. Okay, then there is dashed 0.5. Let's choose a dash 0.5 for hidden line. It's highlighted, dashed 2. Then left click to choose. Alright, so you can see that our line has been loaded, highlighted, highlight dash 2, then click OK. Alright. Okay, so we've created quite a number of layers. Once we are done, you can cancel, just close. Once you are done, close this window. Okay. So the outside of the hexagon, let's apply the layers to this drawing. The outside of the hexagon is to ours is an outline. So I'm going to select it. Just hover your crosshairs over this polyline of the hexagon. Sorry, that's not a hexagon, a heptagon. Left click it, then go to layers. In the layers group, click this arrow on the right and then choose the line type the layer type we edited for outlines. okay, which is this layer. Okay, we are done. Now the color change has taken effect, but the change in line weight has not taken effect. Okay, the line weight of the hexagon is still the same as all the other lines drawn that I drew with layer type 0. Okay, so I'm going to have to change I'm going to make a setting to make the line weights to reflect. Now one thing you can do is to click this by this line weights. Okay, now line weights are grouped by layer, but click this arrow here. Okay, you see that different line weights have appeared. Then go all the way down to line settings at the very bottom. Once you click line settings, another dialog box opens. I want you to tick display line weights. Okay, and then hit OK. Okay, now once we hit OK, or accept the display line weight button, accept the display line weight, now you notice that the line weight of the hexagon has changed. It has become thicker. In other words, the line weight we selected, okay, the line weight we selected means where in the layer properties we set for outlines, the line weight should be 0.3. Okay, that weight has been affected. Okay, now I'm going to select the same thing. Now you notice that your layer has gone back to layer 0, because in the layer properties, layer 0 is the one with the what I call a green tick. So layer 0 is the default layer. So any other layer you want to use apart from layer 0, you continuously have to come back and select that layer. Okay, so always your layers goes back to 0. You always have to come back to select the particular layer you're interested in. Okay, now I want to click some other objects and apply visible line or outline layer. So again, I'll click my arrow, go down and select outline. No, select outline. There is a problem. I don't know why my outlines are appearing as a center line. Okay, so the problem is last time I came here, I think I mistakenly changed the line type to center. Okay, so for the outline layer, click the line type center and then just select continuous. Okay, then I close. Once I close, it should take effect. Good, so it has taken effect. Line types are by layer. Okay, now let's do the other layer 0. I am assuming are construction lines. Okay, now we're going to apply change layer and use to make a drawing. So for example, I want to now draw a center line. So click the center line layer. Then once you click the line command, the layer takes effect. So I can draw my center line. Okay, that's my first vertical line. But there is a problem again. The long and short dashes is not taking effect. So I'm going to have to go back to layer properties. Click layer properties over here. Then we'll edit the center line type. So click layer properties. It's supposed to be center. Then click OK. Okay, quickly it has taken effect. I'm going to complete the center line. I'm closing the layer properties. Just hover your mouse over the hexagon. Once the center highlights, I can, well, okay. So I have drawn my, oops. Just use pen, drag my right click, exit. Okay, so that's it. Center line is done. Let's apply center line to this circle as well. Again, just use the line command. Hover your crosshairs over the object, over anywhere on the circle. It highlights the center. Now I can move that away quietly, smoothly, and then I draw my horizontal center line. Okay, right click, enter. Let me draw the vertical one, repeat line. Now hover it again over the circle, then the center highlights. So move gently to the center. Okay. The green here is the middle of the center line, the green triangle, but that's not what I want. Let me just set my process slightly over the circle. Now where the plus is the actual center of this circle, so I can draw a new line over there. Right click, enter. Let me just stretch this line I've drawn. Stretch it further up till I'm satisfied. Then you click. Okay, so I have my other center line. Let me also draw a center line for the rectangle. Zoom in. Again, center line is active, so I'll just use line command. Okay, as I hover over the outline, I see the rectangle, which is the midpoint of this line. Okay, and also seems to coincide with the midpoint of the rectangle itself. Once my dotted green lines appear, it means I can safely draw a line through my center line through. Once I'm satisfied with the end of the line, I can left click, enter. Repeat the same process, only that this time the vertical one. Left click, hover your crosshairs over your line. We can see the rectangle, which is the midpoint, and also the midpoint of the line, and also the midpoint of the center of the red rectangle. So draw your center line through. There you go. Completed. Okay. Now what I want us to do is to change the construction line here. I want us to change it to a hidden line. Okay. So that one to you go to. You just go to where the layers are. Okay. And then, sorry. First of all, select the particular line. Okay. Then select the second one. Okay. Now once my two white lines are selected, I can now go to layer. Now every time you select the line, its layer type also gets displayed. Those two white lines are layer 0. So I can left click and then change the layer type to hidden. Okay, so I've seen my dashed lines hidden. Okay, let me attempt to dimension any of the objects. center line is active. It seems that the last time I went to layers, I changed center line to default, but it shouldn't be. I always want to have my layer 0 as default. For you to have it at default, just double click. If you double click any of the layer names, it changes to default. So let me click my layer 0, double click my layer 0. So double click. The green tick appears to show that it is the default. Let's dimension some of the drawings. So change the layer to dimension layer. Let's see what happens. Go to automatic dimension. Choose. Once my green little square appears, I'll left click and drag to where I want my dimension to be positioned. Okay, once I'm sure, I'll just left click. Okay, let's do dimension for the circle. And so the same command is active. DIN command. Okay, showing diameter, over it over the circle. Now I'm satisfied with the diameter is showing. I'll just left click, then drag it to where I want it to be. Okay, so that is taking effect. So far this is a few things I want to show you on creating and the applying of layers. I'm done with that, and I want to go back to my previous layer, which I wanted layer 0 to be the default, so I'll double click it again. It changes to that default. Okay. You're always welcome to ask me your questions or put it in the comment sections. Thank you very much.